to The Keith Noble Show, brought to you by Auto Chicks and The Nobles Financial Network. Look them both up on Facebook. So, recently Ms. Ocasio-Cortez stated that she wanted the Georgia Senate races to go to the Democrats in order that Democrats not have to negotiate with the Republicans. Well, interesting. So, basically what she's saying is she wants 50% of the country to be able to inflict their will on the other 50% of the country without negotiation. That sounds like the road to happiness. Does that sound like the road to happiness, contentment, and peace to you? Yeah, I don't think so. So here's the thing. We are most likely to have a divided government when we get to January. No. It'll be the House holding, or the Democrats holding the House of Representatives and Republicans holding the Senate. That is most likely. That is a feature, not a bug. That is to keep people from inflicting their will on others. Yet, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's whole goal is to inflict her will on others. This whole model, Marxism, socialism, progressivism, it's what it's all about, is inflicting their will on others. It has to do with dehumanizing others, has to do with berating them, diminishing them, treating them as less. As we've seen in the last 4 years, where Republicans have endlessly been called racist, Nazis, etc., etc., etc. These words no longer have any meaning in any conventional sense. They are merely pejoratives that are hurled about to justify inflicting your will on other people. That's what it is. Let's just be honest about this. I'm unaware but doubtful I've ever met an actual Nazi in my life. Maybe I have, didn't know it, but I'm pretty sure those are very rare people. So I don't think the Republican Party is run by a bunch of Nazis. In fact, interestingly enough, as I continue to point out, progressivism came out of the same school of thought as Nazism. Now, does that mean progressives are all Nazis? No. No. It means that there's an ideological root there to the both of them that the progressives certainly don't want to own or admit to, but it's there. That's the truth. That's reality. So this idea here that progressives have, that they are somehow entitled to inflict their will on other people. The moral hoops you have to jump through to arrive at that conclusion are astounding. You have to convince yourself of all kinds of things that aren't true to get to that point. And the United States Constitution was set up to prevent that point. It's set up to prevent one group of people inflicting their will on the other. And of course, inevitably, they will point to slavery, Jim Crow laws, as one group of people inflicting their will on another. As though those were good things. They were not. They were horrible things. They were failures of the Constitution. Not features, failures. Now the progressives want to mimic the failures. Think about that. Let that sink in. That what they're saying is, yeah, these things happened in the past. We want to go back there. We don't want to go forward. We don't want all men are created equal with the same natural rights. We want to decide who gets who and who gets what. And what you can do and what you can't do, and what your life's going to be, because we think it's fair if we decide that, not you. I mean, that's the gist of it. At the end of the day, this is all this is. We have about 5,000 years of history, written history in the world. And through that 5,000 years, it's pretty evident what is a good idea and what's a bad idea. And all these people who came out of the Frankfurt School, all this ideology, Marxism, socialism, progressivism, Nazism, fascism, run headlong to embrace every bad idea for the last 5,000 years. It's just astounding. And of course, they rationalize that away with fictional history. Things like the 1619 Project. They rationalize that away with lies of omission, leaving out all kinds of information that lead you to draw a different conclusion than they wish you would draw. But this is where we're at. So how do we fight this? You fight it with truth. You fight it with truth. You fight it asking basic questions of progressives. Start with this one. Do falsehoods exist? Because they will try and evade that question. They'll say, well, it's all an artificial construct. So if falsehoods exist, then there's no objective, if falsehoods do not exist, then there is no objective truth, is where they're going to. Because any objective truth, any at all, will tell you progressivism, socialism, Marxism is a horrible idea. So they have to destroy the idea that there's objective truth. Understand that. Understand that fundamentally. They have to destroy the concept of objective truth to sell you Marxism, socialism, progressivism. Because any objective truth destroys it immediately. So, thank you for tuning in. Keith Noble Show. Go look up Auto Chicks and the Nobles Financial Network on Facebook. Look up my book on Amazon, Our Dogs Did Not Bark, A Politically Incorrect Dystopian Tale. And I will see you tomorrow.